What's going on, everyone? In this episode, we're going to be talking about trends, rates, and all else real estate. So, got my producer to my right, Nicole. How are we today?
Doing good.
That's love. Doing good in the neighborhood. Love to hear it. So, a lot of these dates we're going to talk about are either week ending May 25th or week ending May 20th. So, we're going to talk about some rates, some market trends, things of that nature. And let's get into it. So first thing we're going to talk about is interest rates. I know everybody loves talking about interest rates because I know there are, and I actually have a few clients that are, for reasons to them, they want to wait until rates come down to enter the market as far as purchasing. That's what they want to do. They're not wrong. I think it'd be a better idea to enter the market now and then just grab property at a little bit of a discount and then refinance when rates come down later. But again, everybody has reasons for doing what they're doing. So for the week ending May 25th, we know that rates rose again to an average of amazing 6.57%. That is up from 6.39% the last week. So I know that there were a lot of, market experts and people of that realm talking about rate relief for the spring market. So, there'll be this, buying frenzy and change this, nobody market, which is not a buyer market or a seller market. They want to change that to maybe a buyer's market. It's not happening. So any hope of like rate relief for the spring market is gone. So, and as of last Thursday, so again, this is week ending May 25th. So the Thursday, after that, the interest rate is being pinned. Mortgage rates are being pinned at 7.12%. So now we're over 7. So rising rates, and what we're also seeing is lower price gains with regards to inventory. So in April, the median home price, $430,000, week ending May 20th. Listing prices are up just 0.7% compared to a year ago, 2022. So because of that, we're seeing economists, and this is, I believe this is Realtor.com, or is this NAR.com? Yeah, this is Realtor.com. Economists are forecasting a 2.9% decrease in national home prices in 2023. So a 2.9%, so a 3% decrease in prices. So if your average price is $430,000, 3% of that is what, 43. It's a little over what? Was it like 12,000?
What is it?
Let's average it up 2.9 to 3. Let's say a 3% decrease. And if your average price is $430,000, it'd be 3% of 430, which is, come on, failed basic math twice in college. You got to help me out here. Throw me a bone.
I got 12.9, but I don't think that's correct.
No. So 4,300, 4,300, and 4,300 is what? That's how I know how to do it.
No, it'd be 4,300 times 0.03.
Or 3 times.
129?
No.
That's
Yes.
Yeah.
12,900.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Yes. Like, wait a minute. This is so bad. Yeah, I know. This is. Imagine people like leaving there. I'm the one like dealing with their money. I can't even do like basic math, but I know mortgage math.
Yeah.
And I know real estate math. I just don't know basic math. I know it's crazy, right? Let's get serious here. So a 3% decrease on a $430,000 house is almost $13,000. So you're buying a property. Let's say you're buying the average property, $13,000 less than you would in an average market. Now imagine in a specific market, maybe that number is higher. Maybe the decrease in list prices is 4% or 5%. Now you're talking about like $40,000 less than you would in a normal market. That's what I'm talking about when I say if you have the means and can buy the property and the interest rate payment isn't it doesn't affect you. You can easily afford it. Man, buy it now and then wait because you're getting it at a discount. Wait for the rates to come down, refinance it. Now you have positive equity at a low payment, and you're sitting pretty. That's what I meant by that. All right. So so keep that in mind. So local markets will see different levels more or less than that 2.9%. That's a national number that they're saying. So here's what you can expect. They're saying, these experts that got interviewed through a realtor. The Midwest and the Northeast, prices they see steady or actually gaining. But the West and the South, are where those two areas where prices like skyrocketed exponentially through COVID. Well, now they're actually going to come down more aggressively. They're feeling that those are going to be moderate markets or even decreasing, falling markets, the West and the South. So areas like Vegas, Arizona, California, those areas where you saw this crazy appreciation, now those prices are coming down. So, but again, we always ask the question, like, why the low inventory? And again, the entire housing market would benefit from more inventory. But here's some facts we need to consider. New listings were down 26%. That's over a quarter as of the week ending May 20th. Why are they down over a quarter? Because this is a very, very interesting statistic. Over 2/3 of the existing homeowners hold a mortgage. The mortgage that they have on that home that they own is 2 or more percentage points below the current interest rate right now. So it's easy to understand why they wouldn't want to enter the market, because the mortgage that they have now, it's like 2 to 3% less, percentage points less than what your average rate is right now, which is, as of May 25th, 6.57, and as of the Thursday after May 25th, 7.12%. So no wonder why people are holding mortgages, let's say, at 4 to 5%. The average. A lot of them, and friends of mine have it in the 2s and 3s. So it's no wonder why people aren't entering the market. It makes complete sense. So what it does is, and so the buyers that are out there looking to purchase property, what it's doing now, because pre-existing is so low, they're looking at new construction. So, and what happens is with new construction, a lot of times you're going to get builders that are going to offer incentives to get the buyers to buy their property. And they work with what we call a preferred lender, quote unquote, preferred. And those lenders are going to give you discounted rates to use them, since that they're tied to that builder. So those are some of the trends and things that we're seeing right now. Given the state of the economy and all of these other factors that's going on, wars and it's just instability all across, I don't know. I don't see these changing much this year. And we're not. Next year's I believe next year's an election year, right, Nicole? What are you laughing at? I think next year's an election year. Is it 4? Yeah, I think next year's 2020. Yeah, so 2024. I love that you didn't know that, and I knew that. Well, I didn't know that. I was asking you actually, but true statement. Well, with math, no, but exactly. Well, you blew my mind. I didn't want to bring it up, but you blew my mind telling me the best sushi you had was in Nebraska. I was like, what? I know you don't even remember what you had, but the fact that you're telling me that the best sushi you had is in Nebraska, and from Nebraska, there isn't even an ocean near Nebraska. How is that even possible? We live where we eat like kings here. Oh, I mean, if it's the best sushi, it better be expensive. All right, so those are some. Keep following us for more trends and rates and all else real estate. Those are just some, facts and figures that are going on right now. Again, do I see this changing this year? I don't. I think this is pretty much going to be status quo. I think next year, because next year is an election year, I think you're going to start to see both I mean, the party in office now are going to do things to entice us as homeowners that are going to be beneficial to us to get us to vote for them again. If a Republican was in office, they would probably do the same thing. I'm neither Republican nor Democrat, so I don't know if anybody's like, oh, he's pitching his political party. Like, I'm neither. I'm an individual, so I vote based on, individual beliefs and things of that nature. So, but I think that next year we're going to see that. We're going to see some things coming into play that are going to be beneficial to us as humans and as homeowners in the real estate market that are going to be good for us and beneficial for us again. So, because it's an election year, they're going to want to get Democrats are going to want to get reelected. So they're going to do those kinds of things. It always happens. So keep that in mind. But again, I think that, the high rate market, I don't see this going anywhere anytime soon. So high, quote unquote. So if any of this is pertinent to you, you want to talk about it, you, again, are maybe a homeowner, you're a seller, you're a buyer, you want to enter the market in some capacity, shoot me a DM. Follow us on YouTube. Just subscribe to the channel. And again, shoot me a DM. Let me know what your questions are, what you're interested in getting as far as information and facts. More than happy to help you out. So here's a book review. I'm reading a book right now called, I don't have it here, I'm sorry. It's called The Magic of Thinking Big. And I also have some quotes from a previous book I think I went over with you last time called The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. I believe wrote that one. And I just take notes. I keep this journal with me when I'm reading so I can write down things that speak to me, phrases, quotes, sentences that speak to me. And a few of them have spoken to me. And I wanted to share some of those with you. So one of them is, this was great. I said this, I was like, man, this is powerful. God looks on the inside. People look on the outside. And something about that just spoke to me because there was a time when I didn't, like, my inside was not good, powerful, someone of character, someone of integrity. And that I manifested that and kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, fed that and nurtured that over the years. So that was so when I read that kind of hit me. And the other thing that I didn't have on the inside was peace. And peace is something that I know everybody's looking for it. Everybody's looking for love. Everybody's looking for peace. How you get it, how you find it, different story. Different people can find it and obtain it in different ways. But I read this, and again, this is from The Power of Positive Thinking. To create a peaceful mind, just practice silence. And yeah, right? And Nicole's shaking her head. It is. It's powerful to just see that when you see it in a book, and then when I'm writing it, I'm just looking at it. Because I know that we all have that chatter in our head all the time. Like the minute we wake up, look, we're in the Northeast. I live in the Northeast. So New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, areas like that, it's very on the go. Boom, 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 boom. The minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed. What can I get done today in the shortest amount of time possible? And how much can I get done? And my mind works that way too. So I've had certain things happen very recently from a family perspective that has really put this into perspective. Because the word that came to me, and I wrote it down, was quiescent. I know. I didn't know the word either. But I love having an expanded vocabulary. Quiescent, a state or period of inactivity or dormancy. Yeah. So letting your mind just be quiescent for 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, You can practice having a peace. And the more you do it, it's like a muscle. It's just like going to the gym and curling weights. It's a muscle. You work it, it's going to work for you. And you'll get easy. It'll get easier and easier. So that's one. There was one other one that I wanted to go over with you. Oh, this was one that I read. This was interesting. And it's probably true. Every great personality who has demonstrated the capacity for prodigious work has been someone in tune with the infinite. Interesting. And then I starred this one. You cannot get a man physically healthy until they are spiritually healthy. These are things that just, I read them, they hit me, and I just wrote them down, and I'm just sharing them with you. Maybe this registers with my audience, maybe it doesn't, but I wanted to share it with you because they're quotes and sentences in a book that when I read it, it hits you inside. It hits you in your inside. So, yeah. For overcoming fear, this was a big one because that was a huge problem of mine growing up. Huge. I was so insecure, so poor with self-discipline, or self-discipline, but self-confidence, self-esteem, just poor. I read, throw your heart over the bar and your body will follow. This is how you overcome fear. Just throw your heart over the bar. I love that. And your body will follow. So, and then as far as this was one that I read, and it spoke to me because early on, if you ever go to like a Tony Robbins seminar, he's very powerful. It's a very powerful man. And he would have you ask yourself a primary question. And the primary question when you were younger. It generally will be a self-defense mechanism because of insecurities that we have. So my primary question used to be, how do I get them to like me? People. Because I was so insecure. And then when I read this, it brought me back to that. And and then what happens is as you understand and figure out yourself over time, who you are as a person, why you like what you like, why you don't like what you don't like, what makes you up as the person that you are, you start to become more confident and you don't care what somebody else will think of you. It doesn't matter. And I read this. Other people around you want the version of you that serves them best, not you. Powerful statement. So you can say no. So you say no so you can say yes to the thing that matters most to you. It's amazing. I'm just reading these and they're hitting me as I'm reading them. So those were just some passages from books that I'm reading right now. Two of them, again, The Magic of Thinking Big and The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. Those are just passages that I've read, and when I read them, they just strike you on the inside because whether they'll take you back to maybe who you were as you were growing and progressing in your life, or that's where you are now. Or maybe that's where you think you're going to go, past, present, future, where you think you're going to be. Those are some passages. I hope they serve you in some way. They connect with you. They register with you. And if you're interested in the books, The Power of Positive Thinking, Norman Vincent Peale, and the other one is The Magic of Thinking Big. I don't know who wrote that because I'm just beginning that one. So hope this helps you. Hope this serves you. I appreciate you all that listen and like the content. And even if you don't, shoot me a DM and tell me that you think I'm a quack. We appreciate those words too, right, Nicole? Heck yeah, we do. All right, and on that note, I will sign off and say until next time, be well, love your life.